And which one is Goliath? We've got Goliath, and sometimes Goliath will have a preacher suit on. And we've got David. What happened to your blazer? You should have kept that on. I want you to see a couple of things here, because God began to deal with me. Because God, he gave David a sling. Gave him a sling. Now this is an upgraded sling. But he gave him a sling, and he has a rock, a stone. And Goliath shows up. Now, when Goliath shows up, God don't give him all the pieces to the puzzle at the time. He just let him know he was going to have to fight Goliath. And so now Goliath and David are in warfare. And David does this thing with Goliath. He loads it up and he do what you do. It may not even make it across. I love it. How many know that God will get in the rock and the rock ain't even got to touch the giant? Glory to God. I love it. Thank you, David and Goliath. Oh, what was so amazing that sometimes it'll work out that we knock out the giant and we use everything up on the giant that God told us about. But the one thing he didn't tell David initially is that Goliath had 4 more brothers. Come on, Goliath. Goliath had 4 more. Put that one right over there. And put that behind, right there behind Goliath. Come on, giants. These are y'all. Come on over here with your dead brother. Yeah. Come on. And I want you to see something here. Quickly. Y'all face me. These 4 brothers that Goliath had, God didn't tell David about in the beginning. All he told him was that he was going to have to fight Goliath. Now, that blows me away, because now David has used up everything he had on the one thing that he needed to recover from. And I don't know who I'm talking to in this place today, but sometimes it feels like you used up everything you got on what you thought the only thing you had to deal with. I'm talking to somebody in the spirit. Sometimes you use your best energy, your best years you gave in the relationship. You use your best ingenuity on the job and you still lost the job. And sometimes it feels like you lost and used up everything you got. Anybody ever been there where it seemed like you were empty-handed now? But you still had to deal with the residuals. And God began to show me something. He says, over here you got emotions. Over here you've got the spirit. Over here you've got your life. Over here you've got, and they didn't turn it around, your mind. All of these things. Y'all saw how the giant just got up and came back to life. That's all right. It ain't gonna happen like that in your life. But you have all of these things. When you've spent everything you've got on what you're working with, sometimes what will happen with the residuals will do this right here. They'll spread out. And they'll go and begin to attack the other areas of your life. They'll begin to work on your spirit and work on your mind and work on your life. And you standing right here and all you got is a sling that begin to work on your emotions. Somebody that have been there when you were trying to recover from what you're dealing with and your emotions are everywhere at the same time, because the giants, the residuals are in your mind, they're in your life, and in your emotions, in your spirit. And God said, what do you do when all you got is a sling? I said, God, what do you do when our lives are going in disarray and we're being pulled from every side and we don't know what to do? God says, you got to do like David. He said, I left you with a sling for a reason. He said, because when he gave David instructions, he sent them. Not only did he tell him to get one stone, but he told him to get 5 stones. Nobody hear me? This 5 stones represents something, because God says, I gave you a sling because when you can't get over here, come on David, go ahead and work it out, you can send a rock. God, I feel your presence here, Lord. Where you can't be, you can send a rock and it'll start working on stuff over there. Come on, David. God says, I gave you my word, and my word can go where you can't go. I love it that the rock ain't even reaching there. But when the word goes in the direction of your situation, it starts dealing. I love it. I love it. Come on, you got one more. Because sometimes the enemy like to stay in your mind much longer than it should have been. But God says, I gave you everything you needed because I looked down the road. And when I looked down the road, I didn't just give you enough to recover. I didn't just give you enough to get back on your feet, but I gave you enough to send my word in every area of your life. I need to preach to somebody in here that all you got is the little bit you got left. But God said, look in your bag again, and you'll find out